Kevin, each one of you, what are your expectations on success? What would make it a successful season given what's transpired and not transpired during the offseason?
Well, I mean, we got to try to make the playoffs. That's our goal. I mean, every team is. You can't do anything special in our league until you become one of the final 16 teams playing in April. So that's our goal. We got to go out there, and inside that, we got to get better every month. Like we got to be much better. You know, November 1st than we are October 1st, and we got to be better December 1st than we were November 1st. And I think because we have a lot of young guys, and we got to find a rotation. We got a lot of stuff to do, but our goal is to try to win as many basketball games as it takes to try to put ourselves in position to get in the playoffs. Now, you know, that's going to be a hell of a challenge, but that's what you know. That's why I told the guys that we've got to find a way to get it done.
Are there things that jump out at you as what it would take to do that? Things that must pan out or develop a certain specific? Yeah,
there's no question. Yeah, you have to, you know, get a lot of chemistry. You're going to get a lot of symmetry. You're going to have guys play very well. You're going to have guys gel very well. You're going to have to find a unit and a couple units. You're going to have to find, you know, you don't need 15 guys because you're not going to play 15 guys, but you're going to need 8 or 9. And then, as in every year, when you're kind of where we're at with a lot of unknowns, a lot of young guys, not really deep, you know, like in certain spots, you can't have injuries. You're going to have to get some luck. That's going to happen injury-wise and stuff. But that's, I mean, you know, for a lot of teams, everybody's in the same boat. Where we're different, we just have so many unknowns with so many young guys that haven't played with each other yet that it's hard to project as to what they're going to do. But I will be shocked if we don't play real hard and get after it and get up and down the floor and do some, you know, become a fun team to watch. Because you know the guys have great energy about them, but you know now we got to take all that energy and turning into winning games.
Kevin, you've been around this league for a while. I mean, how realistic, or how long do you think it will take realistically to get this team to gel with so many new pieces?
You know, I hear you. It's so hard to say. When it doesn't gel, there's always the built-in excuse, "Oh, we didn't know each other." But there are times it gels very. It's so hard to say. I haven't been around the guys enough yet as a group, you know, to see. Sometimes that symmetry is just there. You know, you know, it's just odd. There's sometimes you play on the court, and within 3 or 4 days, man, you have an unbelievable just feel with the guy. It just fits, you know. There are other times you're with a guy for 2 years and you can't get that fit. So I don't know. I guess I'll know more of that, honestly, probably at the end of November to, you know, to see what kind of. But hey, look, the bottom line is we're looking for kind of, you know, the kind of magic in a bottle where all of a sudden these guys all fit and they really play well together, and all of a sudden their talents and skills really complement each other. And that's what a fit is. It's like you and I, if we have a great fit, it's just what I don't do well, you do well. And what you don't do well, I do well, and it fits. If you get everybody with the same strengths, it's usually that's just a jam, you know. So I a lot of questions on that. So I honestly can't answer that. I'm hoping in 28 days we get enough chemistry that we can go out there and you know do what we got to do, which is win games.
You had a team dinner last night and you know got everybody together. Did you see anything in that type atmosphere yet about camaraderie or how they get along with each other? Or are they joking? Or are they real serious? Are they scared? What kind of?
I would say, you know, you have so many guys. I would say apprehensive a little bit about it, but you are. You know, you as a rookie have no idea what you're getting into. It's just everything's new for them. So, you know, I would say a little bit of apprehension, a little bit of, you know, uncertainness as to, you know, what's going to happen. You know, what's training camp? You know, where's the valley and why are we going down there? I think they're probably all saying right now. So, you know, but I think with most players, you just become you just adapt. You just go down there and you start playing and stuff. And so, I mean, I sense more being, last night, you know, was odd, but being around the guys the last few weeks with everybody around and more people coming around and just their little 2-on-2s and 3-on-3s and just kind of being around the guys, I see them having a good, you know, they're all young, so, you know, sometimes, you know, tell you what, when they say ignorance is bliss, that just didn't come out of nowhere. These guys have no idea what's going on. They're like all happy. They think, you know, I can't wait to go play against these guys. I said, those other guys are really good. I keep on telling them, you know, like LeBron James is like really good. They're like, wait till I get him. I said, okay, all right, well, good luck.
Coach, following up on that question, who are, in the group of veterans, who is really stepping up and helping some of the young guys kind of get acclimated to this new NBA life?
Well, you know, I've been impressed with Tony Douglas. I mean, look, now our veteran guys, aren't like, our veteran guys are guys that have 2 and 3 years of experience. Man, we're looking at them like they're 15-year vets. I mean, I thought Patrick Patterson is a guy that came in. Ashik just plays really hard. Chandler, first, second-year player, came in and just kind of says, Chandler says, hey, we're going to do this. Let's do it hard. So it's the guys that are pushing the guys to go harder than they want to go, because as a young player, a lot of the guys will be the first time that they haven't been the most talented guy on the floor. And so when things don't go well, they're more like, wow, why am I able just to do my thing like I always could? And it takes a while for you. I got to grind harder. I got to play harder. I got to do all this stuff harder. So the guys are, the guys have helped them are the guys that have played some NBA games. But I mean, it's not like we don't have a whole bunch of guys. Like I'm saying, I'm looking at Chandler, which frightens the hell out of me. He's my veteran guy. I'm like, are you kidding me?
How do you feel about the idea of sort of packing up and taking training camp on the road?
I think it's good for a good young team, a young team with a bunch of good guys to get down there, get away, just kind of just focus in on hard work, and it'll be good to get back here and get into kind of a routine of going to the Toyota Center practice. You're in your own facility, you get your own weight rooms and all that stuff. But I think it's good. It's good to get away for this team starting off, and it'll be nice, kind of just being in a place where we're just going to just work and just hopefully I keep on telling the guys not to go out at night down there and just go to sleep. But hopefully we'll work them hard enough to go to sleep.
Do you like that kind of hubris that they do look at LeBron and say, I can take him? Or is that something that you're really interested in seeing how it works out?
No, I find it more funny, because it makes me laugh. But I in one way I admire it, in another way I just go like, you have no clue. I mean, they've seen so many NBA games, and they've been exposed to the NBA, and this has been their goal for years. And so they just, I think today's player coming in just doesn't have a healthy enough respect for the NBA. I think they kind of come in thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. Then they find out it's not easy at all, and it's a grind. An 82-game schedule is way different than a 27-game college schedule and stuff. So there's just a lot different. But so I find it more humorous. I just look at him and shake my head and go, all right, well, you'll find out.
Who's that player for you when you started out in the league that you said, he's not so good, and then you played him?
First of all, I played a long time ago. I didn't know half the teams. Honestly, when I tell you I didn't know guys on that, we went to Cleveland, I didn't know what one. If you'd have told me that Bingo Smith was you, I'd have thought you were Bingo Smith. So I had they weren't on TV back then. There was no internet. I didn't know anybody. I sat there and said, who are the guys I'm guarding in their warm-ups? And ML Carr, the veteran guys would go, that's that guy, that's this guy. I didn't know one guy on their team. So look, I was scared to death of the NBA when I got there. So I had a whole different vibe than these guys.
Daryl, how do you look at your big picture pursuit of, you're always trying to get that impact player and improve the roster. Beyond trying to improve the roster with more role players and such, how are you looking, is there still, as the season progresses, possibility of an impact player? Mentioning names, obviously.
Yeah, a radical notion, we're looking for impact players, but right now we're focused on, we're hoping through their play, and we talked about what we need to make the playoffs. We need the guys we have on the roster now, and we have a lot of young guys to emerge as an impact player. A lot of them have that ability. I think ability is pretty common in the league. Whether they can turn around and do it, that's the question. And so we need these guys who, each of the guys we brought in has a unique skill and a pretty elite ability in some area, but can they put it all together and help us win a game, and can they round out their games? I think that's what we're trying to find out in training camp and through the season. Which of these young guys actually emerge into that impact player, and hopefully more than one, but just right now we'll take one and go from there.
What was missing the last couple of seasons that you guys are hoping to find with this group that'll take it to another level and can reach the playoffs?
Yeah, I think past few years we've battled hard. I think the fans have been great, really supporting us. I know we've done incredible with the amount of people that come to games and everything, and pushing for us to make the playoffs. And obviously we've come up short. The league, to the point of the last question, you need to have generally at least one elite player to make the playoffs in this league. In fact, the evidence for that is overwhelming. To this point, we haven't, but this year we got a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of that uncertainty is by design. It makes it very difficult for the coaching staff, but the hope is that with all that uncertainty and all the players we have on the roster who have talent that could emerge, that we get one of those impact players, and then from there we can build around that.
On the subject of making it difficult for the coaching staff, how do you balance in this training camp, in this preseason, experimenting, learning about your guys, finding out what you don't know, compared to just getting ready for Detroit?
Well, I'm not worried about it. I'll worry about Detroit about the 29th or 30th, I think, of this month. Well, you know what? I just think we have a lot of new people. We've looked at some stuff. We tried some stuff in the summer league with this group because, you know, the scary thing about the summer league, is that a lot of those guys are going to be playing in the winter league. I like when the summer league, like a lot of those guys aren't playing in the winter league. But we tried some stuff offensively that we think will work. But again, you know, a part of it is going to be an experiment. I don't think there's any way to get around experimenting. You're going to have to, because everything works on paper. I mean, you go through stuff and you sit with your staff, and you know, boy, I think this offense really fits Jeremy Lin. I guarantee you, like some stuff that we're looking to do. He'll do some things way better than we think he does. He'll do stuff way worse than we think. That's just why that's being a player. That's just what it is. So we're going to have to figure out what he does really well and implement a lot more of that. And what he doesn't do well, take it out or have other people do that. And so, but that's going to be the experiment we're going to have with a lot of guys. I mean, so I wish I could tell you that there's no experiment, but that's to me, that's the beauty of continuity in our league. If you can get continuity, get the type of team you want, you walk into camp and everybody knows their role somewhat. Everybody knows how you're going to play. It fits them. You've already done your experimenting and stuff, you know. So that's hopefully to come here. But this year, it's just hard not to experiment, and I don't think you can get around it. I just think we're just going to have a lot of stuff that we're going to have to figure out about these guys together as a group. I think individually we know them all, but we don't know them together as a group playing in the NBA. It gets a whole other level of talent.
How much patience are you going to have to show with that experimentation? You know, obviously you're going to be trying different things, but how patient are you going to be to stick with something before it works?
Yeah, that's always the key. Is that, you know, if you're not succeeding at a style of play or a certain thing you're doing, is it the fact that we haven't done it enough, or is it the fact that we're asking players to do what they can't do? I mean, so you're always running that fine line. And early in camp, it's just going to be kind of, well, they're not familiar with this. We got to get more familiar. But I mean, last year we changed a lot of different stuff that we ran, and kind of from the start of the season as we went on, just because. Again, when you don't know the guys, you can watch all the film you want, but you have to coach them on a daily basis and get them together as a group. It's very odd because even teams that have a lot of symmetry and come back with a lot of continuity with players and stuff, that first month is always kind of getting reacclimated and stuff. So this year is just going to be the same thing. But we have to be committed, I think, to pushing the ball. I think that's one thing we have to do. I think we have to play with some pace. So we got to figure out what's the best way to play with pace. There's multiple different ways. We're going to have multiple push guys, and we're going to have just Jeremy or, you know, Tony Douglas. But I don't think we'll do that. We'll have multiple push guys. So all of a sudden, that's our plan. We have a bunch of multiple push guys. They're throwing the ball all over the gym. Well, we probably won't do that. We'll probably get down to a little bit more of a controlled break. So again, a lot of things that we've got to kind of just find out for ourselves.